United, listen up, Manchester United. Tomorrow, we are winning, all right? Put it right. Listen, you heard it here first, all right? We are not losing tomorrow, guys, all right? We're not losing. It is not acceptable. It is now 8:45 a.m. where I'm at. I just dropped off my son, and as I'm driving home to go start working, I'm thinking like, man, each time I'm kind of, I try to forget, and then something happens, and I end up thinking about the game tomorrow, and I tell myself it is Tottenham. Tottenham cannot be allowed to win a trophy. I don't care what people say. It is the year of the underdog, whatever. Forget about that nonsense, all right? We are united, all right? We are united. You know what they're saying? All right, here's the thing. In case you haven't heard the whole year of the underdog thing. All right, cool. Newcastle, it's been 70 years, they haven't won anything. Crystal Palace have not won anything since their establishment. They win a trophy, right, against Man City. And then there's what else? Who else is out there that won a trophy? Bologna, man, Xerxes' old team, right? They hadn't won something for 50 years. They won something. So, people are saying, well, Luther, maybe it's really in the stars. And then you have Tottenham, their manager, Big Ange. Ange was like, I usually win something in my second season. So, yeah, I keep on hearing that in my head too. I'm like, forget about what you're saying, Big Ange. You're not going to win anything. Here's the thing. This is what I tell myself, and this is what I need you to tell yourself. We are united. We have been in these situations before. We have been in cup competitions, and we have won. So we have that in the bag, right? Now, this is the, what you want to call it, the final of the crappy teams, whatever, right? It's a disgrace that we're going to finish, 15 or 16. And then next year, we're going to be in the Champions League. I know we did not make the rules. Arsene Wenger, we did not make the rules, all right? I know. We should not be anywhere in the Champions League finishing 16th. It's a disgrace. But guess what? We're going to be in there, all right? Simple task. Tomorrow, we go out there, we execute, we come back with the trophy, and then we can move on. Now, who needs this trophy more, United or Tottenham? You guys let me know. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the follow. Hit the subscribe button as well. Now, listen, I would say we needed more. All right? Why? Because we got to start rebuilding this damn team, man. We need to start rebuilding this team. So basically, I want to win it for the money, not for the silverware. Yeah, at the end of the day, we want to see armpits, right? We want to do this and lift the trophy because we are united. That's what we do. We win trophies. But the reason I want this trophy, it is because of the money, the moolah, dinero, all right? I want that 100 million, whatever we're going to be getting, because that money will catapult Ruben Amorim's transformation of this team of ours, all right? This has been a disgrace of a season, right? We cannot afford another season like this, because if we fail, Ruben Amorim is not going to have enough money to do a proper rebuild of this squad. So he's going to be forced to work with the likes of, Delap. Of course, Delap, most likely we're going to end up getting him because Wilcox, Ineos, Glazers, they like cheap deals. And the way it looks right now, Delap is in the pole position for us to sign as a striker because, of course, 30 million. We can afford it. We have it right now. We can make that deal happen. Right? But ideally, you cannot sit here and tell me Ruben Amorim, whenever he was told, Ruben, who is your ideal striker? He would say Delap. Not in a million years, right? So he's definitely not a Ruben Amorim type of player, right? But that is basically what is being given to him because of our money situation. So the reason we are going for Delap, it is straight up money, all right? Straight up money because we're broke. We got to go for him, right? Now, if we get him, would I not support him? Absolutely, I'll back the guy because, Premier League proven, he may do something, all right? He's definitely better than Rasmus. What do you think? Let me know. Right? So I'll definitely back the kid. But ideally, we do what we're supposed to do tomorrow in Bilbao, right? Then after that, listen, we're going to go for Gyökeres, man. Because then we can tell Gyökeres, hey, I know you wanted Champions League football. Here it is, all right? I know if you're to choose, for example, Gyökeres right now is choosing me. Should I go to Arsenal or Man United? Come on, man. It's not even a decision. Obviously, he's going to choose United because he wants to work with Ruben Amorim again. And of course, Ruben Amorim, he's definitely going to use his influence to try to convince if there's any convincing needed for Gyökeres to come to United, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of writing on this game tomorrow, guys. I mean, we've had a terrible season. The players, Bruno Fernandes, I saw a clip earlier that they know that they owe it to us, right? They owe it to us, the fans, because they put us through this terrible season. They need to give us something to celebrate, right? And that's what they're going to try to do, or that's what they're going to do, all right? It's simple as that. There's not going to be excuses. We are not going to allow for them not to show up because it is not going to be acceptable, right? It is Tottenham, all right? It is Spursy. No, we can listen, man. I don't even want to think about Spursy lifting that trophy and then we're sitting there with the runners-up medal. It'll be terrible. It will be terrible, man. It cannot happen. I don't even want to think about it. All right. So no excuses, United. We back you. We're gonna go into the fight. We've done it all. We've won the lot. We are Man United. We're never gonna stop. And you know what? Today, again, in case you missed it, positive news. Joshua Zirkzee, Zerkamp, and them. Zirkzee is back, baby. Zirkzee is back. Big up to Zirkzee for working hard to get himself fit for this final. You know, now he doesn't have any game time. That is cool. He's going to start on the bench for sure, right? But it's a good thing to have a player like him on the bench where you can, you know, when things are not going right, you bring him in, he can change the game, right? So it's big up to Zirkzee for working hard because it shows a type of red he is. Like he wants to be part of that game. He wants to impact that game. He wants to be the one to say, hey, listen, I was part of that team and I did my best to get us to win, right? And another positive, we saw Diogo Dalot is back as well. All right, so definitely Dalot is starting tomorrow in that lineup. Another one is Leny Yoro is also fit once again. So listen, the worry is in that back three, we're good to have Dalot back. What does that mean? Dalot starts on the right wing back. That means Mazraoui goes back to the back three where he's more efficient. All right, so the back three of Leny Yoro, Maguire, our number 9 / center back, and Mazraoui. That's your back three. Let me know what's yours. All right. So my predicted lineup is going to be that I just told you. Left wing back is going to be Dogu. My midfield two, Kasegarte, is going to be like that. Kasegarte, Casemiro Ugarte. Of course, right wing back is Dalot. My two tens, man, it has to be Bruno Fernandes, Captain Magnifico, partnering with the one and only Amadinho. All right, and up top is Rasmus. Dude, people, let's put all our differences aside. We need to back these guys, all right? I know he hasn't had a good season in Rasmus, but today, tomorrow, we back everybody, all right? It's going to be a siege mentality, guys. We are going to win this thing. Let's go. United. Peace out, people. I'll see you in the next one. All right, people. Bruno Fernandes. Are you ready to let him go? Is Bruno the player that you are willing to offload? And what is the price that you're willing to pay or to accept for Bruno Fernandes? Can we afford to lose Bruno Fernandes? How would our team look like next season when we don't have Bruno Fernandes operating in that midfield of ours? How is the team going to be where we're going to have a lot of new players, a lot of young players maybe, and you'll be missing that conductor, that Marshall, that Portuguese Magnifico in that midfield to guide us to some of these glory days. Because listen, one thing I can say is Bruno Fernandes this season has single-handedly, I would say, prevented us from going down. What do you think? Let me know. But it's crazy. So this report right here is kind of nuts, right? Al Hilal have Bruno Fernandes number one, top of their list for the summer. Manchester United insists on Bruno as a crucial player, considered key also by head coach Ruben Amorim. The club has no intention of losing Bruno this year, while Al Hilal want to try with an approach to follow. No official bids from club to club talks took place so far. Now, guys, listen. All right, let's go driving. Let me just bring this down here a little bit. I'll keep that right there. All right. So this report here said Bruno Fernandes' lawyer and agent met with the management of Al Hilal. The Saudi Pro League side want to sign him before the Club World Cup starts on June 14th. So basically, guys, if this deal, of course, we see reports that Man United have no intentions of letting him go. We could know very soon if this is a go or not. So right here, I said Man United have no intention of selling Bruno Fernandes this summer. He is one of the few players the club would not be open to selling. So we see this report here. Al Hilal have submitted an official 3-year offer to sign Bruno Fernandes. Al Hilal is ready to meet all the players' financial requirements. If a final agreement is reached with the player, Al Hilal will negotiate with Manchester United to purchase his contract. So the player and his agent were given 1 week deadline to respond to the club's offer for him. So Al Hilal looks, they're going to be offering this kind of numbers, 100 million. Do you take 100 million for Bruno Fernandes? What do you do, people? What do you do? I mean, dude, Bruno is one of those non-negotiable kind of thing, right? But we got to think about it this way. All right? Manchester United has been, they've been known to make these mistakes where we keep players past their sell-by date kind of thing, right? Because Bruno right now is going to be turning, 31? Yes, we need him, 100%. All right? He's going to be turning 31. So what do you do? Because you may not get this offer, next time around because he's going to be older. Who knows? He may get injured, that kind of thing. And this offer may not come again, right? And that's why we've struggled to sell some of our players, because we end up paying them way too much. And, we find teams don't really want our players. That's why we end up selling our young kids, because they actually have value. So with Al Hilal coming in here, throwing money at our face, say, hey, man, we want this guy. Ineos, the Glazers, they're like really considering this, right? They're really considering this because, again, they want money. Those guys are all about money. And again, Bruno is getting paid maybe 350 a week, 350,000 a week. So that's huge salary, one. And with 100 million, listen, 100 million is not enough, man. I wish they could go for like 150 or something like that. I don't know. But what I'm saying is this. If they decide to keep him, they're risking repeating the same mistakes of the past, where you're going to have to let Bruno go for free at one point. Because, as he's getting older, he's not going to be able to maybe keep performing at the highest level. Can we guarantee Bruno that we could win the Premier League in the next, 3 years? I don't know. Right now, everything is in the air, right? because we're rebuilding our team. Yes, we're very heavily dependent on Bruno right now because we don't have creative players like that. So whenever Bruno is not on the game playing, we notice it big time, right? Which is, again, it's not a good look, because you need to have maybe 2 Brunos or something. That way, if Bruno is not playing, you have somebody else who can do the job just as effective. So we do have a lot to consider here. He definitely has huge value. He's our captain. He loves the club, and he's not going to be the guy to be motivated by money. I don't think so, right? Again, I don't think he's in a situation now, or a position where he would be ready to go to the Saudi league, right? I'm sure he would rather stay at United and try to compete for things. But again, these offers, the way they come, it may be tough to come again next time around. But the Saudis have always been wanting Bruno. The last time, before we gave him this new contract, Bruno had offers last summer, I think. He had offers from the Saudis. So this is the second time they're coming around to try to get him, right? I don't remember if it's the same team, but they have always wanted Bruno Fernandes. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed this and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's one of those. So what is the maximum amount that you guys will be willing to let Bruno go? All right, drop it in the chat, man. What is your number? Because guys, we gotta say this. Oh, if you think about it, every player has a price, right? We cannot sit here and say, oh, be like, no price in the world will allow him to go. But not really, because we do need money. All right, we do need money. So what do you do? It's crazy, man, right? And of course, right now you sell Bruno, you'll be killing Ruben Amorim's plans, because Bruno is that coach on the field, right? That's what he does. He coaches these players on the field because Bruno knows the system. So he's not only like the captain, Portuguese Magnifico, but he's also like the coach on the field, directing traffic, telling players where you need to be and all this stuff. And also, in a terrible season that we've had, this guy has been on fire, all right, when it comes to stats. So, again, he offers so much, but what is the price, though, that we're willing to forego to say, you know what, whatever it is, we'll keep him? It's crazy. Let me know, man. Of course, I am Bruno in, man. He's my Portuguese Magnifico. I want him to stay. And if he goes, would I be gutted? Yes. But I kind of would understand age, money. We're trying to rebuild the team, and all the money we can get, we can use that to rebuild the team. But when you lose a player like Bruno, who do you bring to replace him, right? Because this guy, he's not a player that you can easily go and say, oh, you're going to buy someone who's going to give you the numbers that Bruno gives you. On field and off field, everything, like a true leader. So it's very tricky, people. It is very, very, very tricky. So yeah, would you take 100 million for Bruno and you say thank you so much for your service, and then we move on? Wow. I don't know. Let me know, people. Smash a like, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. Talk to you in the next one.
We're really zeroing in on Manchester United, aren't we? All the transfer talk as we, head towards the summer.
Yeah, there's always a lot swirling around United, but this summer feels particularly crucial.
Totally. So we've waded through, a load of reports and analysis for you, plus the MEN, the Guardian, the usual suspects.
A good mix of sources, yeah.
Exactly. And our mission for you, the learner, is basically to cut through all the noise, the speculation, and just pull out the key bits. Potential signings, money stuff, how the team might actually shape up.
Without getting bogged down in every single rumor that pops up. We want the concrete stuff, the expert views.
Precisely. So let's get into it. First name that seems to be everywhere right now, Matheus Cunha.
Cunha. Yeah, and what's interesting straight away is the report suggesting United are pretty confident here.
Yeah, it's not just a passing mention, is it?
Yeah.
It sounds like they think they can get him, and crucially, he actually wants to come.
Which is always a big hurdle cleared, that mutual interest. We've even seen like pictures of his family outside Old Trafford, him looking around.
Yeah, looking quite interested, apparently. And the big number here, what is it, 62.5 million?
Yeah, that's the figure in his Wolves contract. And a release clause, well, it simplifies things, doesn't it? Takes the negotiation over the fee itself out of Wolves' hands, mostly.
Mostly, yeah. Though United still need to figure out how to pay it, right? Lump sum, installments. Yemen mentioned they might try and spread it out.
Makes sense, especially if they're planning other moves, too. You've got to manage the cash flow.
And United clearly see him as someone, hitting his prime for that. What do they call it? The left 10 role.
Yeah, basically an attacking midfielder, drifts in from the left, creates scores. They really struggled for goals last season, so you can see the appeal.
Definitely. And imagine the lift for the fans, landing a signing like that relatively early. Plus, it sounds like Wolves sort of resigned to losing him.
That's the impression. Nathan Salt mentioned that feeling, that it's kind of inevitable. And Cunha himself has said things like, Wolves gave him his joy back, but he wants that next step.
So maybe not too much bad blood there, which helps.
Hopefully. But we should remember Newcastle are apparently sniffing around too. It's not a done deal.
Good point. And the agent thing is interesting, representing other big names. Could mean, other conversations happening in the background.
Always layers to these things. And it's funny, he only signed that Wolves deal back in February. Quick turnaround if he does move.
Very quick. And wasn't Ruben Amorim, the manager they're linked with, also keen on Cunha for that number 10 spot?
Exactly. Which suggests maybe some joined-up thinking. Whether it's Amorim or someone else, they seem to agree Cunha fits a need.
Right. Let's talk output then. 16 goals, 31 games this season. That's pretty good, isn't it?
It's very decent, yeah. About a goal every other game from that attacking midfield position. And apparently a lot from outside the box, too. Adds something different.
So, tactically, how does he fit? With Bruno there, other attackers, does he start as the main number 10?
That's the puzzle, isn't it? Maybe Cunha plays more advanced and Bruno drops a little deeper sometimes. Gives them options, flexibility, definitely adds competition.
Okay, but what about these whispers you sometimes hear? Fan concerns about his attitude, temperament on the pitch, anything in that?
Look, it gets mentioned, you see fan forums discussing it, moments of frustration, maybe. But then Nathan Salt also said he's popular in the Wolves dressing room.
So a mixed picture.
Yeah, talent's there, but attitude, temperament, club, the new manager, they need to be sure they can manage that side of things. It's always a factor.
Okay, fair enough. Liam Delap.
Delap, yeah. The Ipswich striker. Well, whole striker on loan at Ipswich, technically.
Right. Reports say United hope to get him for £30 million. That's the release clause if Ipswich go down, which, let's be honest, looks almost certain.
And Chelsea are apparently interested, too. Jason Wilcox, now at United, is meant to be a big fan. Sees it as, like you said earlier, a no-brainer at that price.
$30 million for a young English striker with Prem experience? You can see why they'd call it that in today's market. Potential sell-on value alone.
Exactly, but then you get the skepticism, don't you?
Yeah. Is he ready? Lead the line for United after one season in a struggling team. People immediately compare him to Højlund.
Another young striker potential. But interestingly, Delap actually scored more league goals this season than Højlund did in his last season, and Højlund was in a better team.
That's a great point, actually. It shows he can find the net even when chances are maybe harder to come by.
Yeah, and his strengths are listed as, target man stuff, bringing others in, decent finisher, physical, competitive.
Came through City's academy, knows Manchester, ticks a few boxes.
Definitely, but then the counter arguments. Is he really that dominant physically against top defenders? And the pressure. Being the main guy at United is different gravy.
Huge pressure. Some fans are saying maybe he needs a stepping stone club first. Less spotlight. Time to develop before that massive move.
It's a valid debate. That jump is massive. Mental strength is as important as the physical side at that level. Maybe a club where he's the main man, but expectations are slightly lower first. Could be better for him long term.
And then there's the under-21 Euros this summer. That could affect things too, couldn't it? Timing, maybe his value if he plays well or gets injured.
Absolutely. Tournaments always throw a spanner in the works for transfers. Good performances attract more suitors. Injuries, derailed deals, logistics too, window timings, it all plays a part.
Okay. Let's move on to Victor Osimhen. Now, this feels like a big one.
Huge. Reports say United are really pushing, maybe even agreed personal terms.
That's the rumor, yeah, which will be massive. But the hurdle is Napoli, right? Dealing with them.
Always tricky, Napoli. His release clause for non-Italian clubs is supposedly around £63 million. But there's talk that might drop because of his contract situation. He's actually on loan at Galatasaray now, too.
All right, forgot about the loan. £63 million. Still a lot, but maybe less than it once was. Rio Ferdinand thinks they desperately need someone like him, a proven scorer.
You can understand why Rio says that, given their goal-scoring issues, but then you hear about his wages described as ludicrous.
Oof. How does that fit with United wanting to be more, sensible financially?
Exactly. It seems a bit contradictory, doesn't it? Maybe Champions League qualification is key here. The money from that might make those wages slightly more palatable under the rules.
Yeah, CL football must be vital for a deal like that. And here's a twist. Antonio Conte at Napoli apparently really wants Garnacho.
Ooh, interesting. Conte likes Garnacho. Could that maybe grease the wheels for an Osimhen deal, a swap, part exchange?
Potentially, yeah. Could make things interesting between the clubs. Definitely want to watch.
For sure. Player swaps can sometimes unlock complicated deals.
Okay, let's quickly run through some other names being mentioned, incomings and outgoings. Franco Mastantuono, River Plate kid, 17 years old.
Yeah, attacking midfielder, getting compared to Foden. 38 million release clause. United apparently watching him, but so are other big clubs.
A long-term prospect then.
Yeah.
And Xabi Simons at Leipzig.
Simons, yeah. More established talent. Price tag around £68 million, apparently. Also on the radar, so they're looking at both youth and more proven quality in that area.
Makes sense. Now, outgoings. This is where it gets really interesting. Højlund reports suggest United might actually listen to offers around $30 million, after paying $72 million just last year.
Wow. That is significant if true. Suggests maybe they're really set on getting someone like Kuna or Osimhen in and need the funds, or just see a different profile now.
Yeah, quite a potential shift. And Diogo Costa, the keeper they were linked with before, it's like he's off to City.
So that door's closed. And Garnacho, we mentioned Conte's interest. United apparently rejected £40 million in January.
They definitely wouldn't want to lose him. Now, Marcus Rashford, Aston Villa apparently have a $40 million option.
Yeah, that's being reported. Selling him would free up massive wages, wouldn't it? And give them funds, maybe for Kuna? There were even whispers he doesn't expect to play under the current setup again.
Wow, that would be a huge departure.
Mm.
And Jadon Sancho. Chelsea have that obligation to buy £25 million. But they could pay $5 million to send him back.
Bit of a weird clause, that. If he did come back, you'd think.
Then Anthony on loan at Betis. They seem happy for him to stay. United would hope for, what, $30 million maybe?
At least. Getting deals done for Rashford, Sancho, Antony, that's potentially a lot of cash and wage room freed up. Crucial for rebuilding.
Definitely. Casemiro, too. His departure would help the budget, though he apparently wants to stay.
Always complicates things when the player wants to stay, but the club might want to sell.
And Mason Mount. Interesting that Amorim supposedly rates him, thinks he can still succeed despite the injuries.
Yeah, a potential lifeline for Mount under a new manager, perhaps. Eriksson, Lindelof. They seem likely to go.
Feel that way. And Luke Shaw. Injury-prone, 1 year left on his deal. Future looks a bit uncertain, too.
Lots of moving parts in that squad. Managing those contracts, injuries, player desires. It's complex.
Let's quickly touch on the money side, PSR, profitability, and sustainability rules.
Oh, yes. Financial fair play's cousin. Always hovering.
UEFA's club benefits program gives them a little bit, £2.7 million. Not game-changing, but,
Every little helps, I suppose.
And apparently, if Villa signed Rashford before June 30th, it wouldn't hit their PSR for this year. Timing is everything.
Exactly. Accounting deadlines, structuring payments like with the Kuna clause. Clubs have to be smart to stay within the rules. It's a balancing act.
It really is. Okay, let's end on a positive note, youth development. We saw those debuts recently, didn't we? Harry Amas, Tyler Fredrickson against Wolves. Looked promising.
Yeah, really encouraging signs from the academy. Amas apparently overcame doubts about his size, great crossing ability. Fredrickson looked composed after some setbacks.
Good for them. A loan, maybe, for Fredrickson next, Premier League level.
That would make sense. Get him regular high-level game time. It shows the academy is producing talent, which is vital.
Although there's still that feeling United need to get better at selling the ones who don't quite make the first team.
Yeah.
Generate more income that way.
Definitely. That's a key part of the model for many top clubs now, maximizing value from the academy, even for those who move on. Something United could probably improve.
So, wrapping it up, the big potential arrivals look like Kuna, maybe Delap, with Osimhen still a major possibility.
And a whole host of potential departures. Rashford, maybe Højlund, Sancho, Antony, Casemiro, others. Could be a huge summer overhaul.
Yeah. Hopefully for you, the learner, that gives you a clearer picture, cuts through some of the transfer chaos.
It feels like there's maybe a clearer strategy this time, targeting specific profiles linked to potential outgoings in the financial side. Let's see if it plays out that way.
Okay, final thought for you to chew on then. These changes happen, new coach comes in. What kind of real shift in playing style, in the team's whole vibe, could we actually see at United next season? And if, say, Kuna and Osimhen both arrived, what would be the biggest aha moment for everyone watching?
Big questions. A very different looking attack, potentially much more potent, maybe a clearer tactical identity. Lots to think about.
Definitely something to ponder until our next deep dive. Plus the MEN, the Guardian, the usual suspects.
A good mix of sources, yeah.
Exactly. And our mission.
So it's 6 in the morning. I'm still having that feeling. I see birds chirping outside. I was hoping you guys can see them, but this is from my balcony right there. They were right there hanging out, and I'm chilling on my sofa. Actually, I slept on my sofa today. Guess what's on the TV? Yeah, this is what I have on the TV. I for some reason, I cannot help myself. I keep on watching these highlights. Look at Lacazette celebrating. Oh my God, we got this. We're winning. We're going through. Yeah, allez, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing what is about to happen. Lacazette and them, they were about to experience the comeback of the ages. Listen, man, don't judge my face. I just woke up. But listen, I cannot stop thinking about this, the night that we've had, coming back and right now I'm feeling so grateful on this Easter weekend that Man United. Okay, of course, I'm grateful for my family. The house is quiet. My wife and son, they're asleep. And I wake up with a smile on my face, knowing that United, we are still in it, baby. We're still in it. The season is not over, people. It is not over. Gosh. Back to this game. Look at Casemiro. He was a legend, man. Casemiro showed us why we need his experience. And then Bruno, our Portuguese Magnifico, steps up. Look at these kids right here. Bruno breathes. He's like, you know what? Today's not the day. I'm going to make this happen. Bang! Just like that. He gets the ball. We are going, we are fighting, we are doing this today. Once again, look at that. Bang! So look, the question is, without Bruno, Casemiro, and Maguire, where would we be today on this Easter Sunday? It reminds me, we need experience in our team. We need experience, right? I know we're trying to bring the young folks on for the future, but we need experience. Those guys believed in not giving up, right? Look at Maguire. Look at Maguire leading the... Look at Lyon fans. Shirts off and all. They knew they had it. They knew they had it. But they don't know this is Old Trafford. It's a theater of dreams for a reason. It's a theater of dreams for a reason, people. Look at this, man. This guy. This guy. Look at this kid. This is what it means. The kid was crying. It is over. I cannot believe it. We are losing this. We are losing. But kid, you gotta remember, this is the theater of dreams. Do you think that kid is ever going to forget this experience that he endured during this game? From feeling that it's the end of the world to what he's about to experience? Bruno driving with the ball. He goes. Onana all the way almost in the half field of the park. Bruno drive. Check this out. There you go. Bruno again to Casemiro. Casemiro to Manu. Manu, bang! Come on, Kobe freaking Manu! And we are thinking of selling Kobe Manu? Nah. Kobe Manu no. Kobe Manu cannot be sold, people. In tight spaces, Kobe Manu he has ice in his vein. He was asked at post-match, yo, how can you be that calm in that pressure cooker situation? Do you know how many players were around Kobe when he took that shot? I think I counted. I think maybe 3. Check this out. This is what it meant to everybody. Yeah, check this out. 1, 2, 3. 3 players around Kobe, and he was able to take that and dispatch it like a boss. I gotta say, Luke Shaw was a criminal in this game, man. But you can see he was rusty. You know, Luke Shaw was rusty. So I'm gonna cut him some slack. Maguire! Look, man, everybody played this game. The ball was from Onana. From Onana to Luke Shaw. From Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is going. Luke Shaw is driving the ball. Luke Shaw. He gives it to, who's that? Harry Amos. Harry Amos drops it, gives it to Casemiro. From Casemiro, looks up. Casemiro, what does he do? He does that. Maguire! Get it! And the rest, what they say, the rest is history. That's what we do. We are Man United. We're never ever going to stop. We never say die. Never count us out. Look at the faces of these people. Look at everybody jumping up, buying deer. Look at Onana. Thank you, Maguire. You saved my neck. Look at Maguire. Look at that. That's what that means, people. That's what it means to support this great club of ours, Manchester United. Lyon players couldn't believe. Are we going to see the kid again? Look at that kid. The kid is back. He's smiling. He's like, I cannot believe it. So, guys, listen, man. If you don't yet have a team and you like this thing, if you're in the U.S., we call it soccer. We call it football. You're not going to go wrong with Manchester United. What you just went through, that's just a glimpse of what we used to experience pretty frequent back in the days when we had Sir Alex Ferguson at the helm, right? Those good old days. All right, let's go to my balcony. You hear the birds chirping and stuff. Early morning. Look, there's a bee right there. Bee, don't come to me, man. It's not going to be pretty. Yeah, there's another bee right there. Now there are 3 bees. I think I should go back inside, but yeah, man. Yeah, it happened. It happened. We are back. We are still in it. We're still fighting. But yeah, if you are thinking of a club, looking for a soccer club or a football club to support, Man United it is. You know, you want to go with the heritage. You want to go with the creme de la creme, you know. So, yeah, Man United it is. That's what we love this club, man. It has put us through the ringers this season, especially. Our mental stress level was tested. But would I change it for anything? No, I wouldn't. You know, early morning, right now, the first thing I wake up and think about is Man United. I love this club. People, listen, take care of yourself. Happy Easter. You know what? Stay blessed, people. We are blessed to support this wonderful club of ours, Manchester United. United! Andre Onana, the worst goalkeeper we've ever had? Just think about this for a second. Taibbi, Timmy Howard. You guys let me know if you think he's the worst goalkeeper. And can we get any worse? Because now people are calling for him to obviously get rid of, which makes sense. But we need like close to 30-something million. That way we don't get affected by the whole PSR situation, right? So, who can give us that money, right? Bruno Fernandes. Listen, I don't know what to say about this guy this season. He is right now even 16 goals, 16 assists. Where would we be without our Portuguese Magnifico? You guys let me know, man. This guy has been amazing. Terrible season, but this guy, he has done his job. Now, I know we had we were devastated by that equalizer for Lyon in that last minute. But, guys, Man United are still the only unbeaten team remaining in the UEFA European League and as well as the Champions League. So, we do have something to hold on to, man. We're doing our thing, all right? You see those teams down there? We are still unbeaten. And yesterday, we were this close from winning that game. But Onana had to do what Onana does. All right, guys, listen. This kid here, there's a reason why Real Madrid wanted to get him. There's a reason why Real Madrid called him the Kylian Mbappe of defense. Right, this guy is clean. The way he's handling the ball, I'm getting those vibes as a young Rio Ferdinand. You guys, let me know if you agree. But check this out: at 19 years old, 4 months and 28 days, Lenny Yoro becomes the youngest ever defender to score for Manchester United in a European competition. Listen, if there's a man of the match yesterday, was this guy 100%. You guys, let me know if you agree or you do not agree, and if you do not, you are a disgrace. So look, Ruben Amorim was asked, why didn't you start Xerxes? In my predicted lineup, guys, I actually had Xerxes starting. Ruben Amorim said this on why he didn't start. They said, listen, sometimes the most important players are those that are coming inside during the game. He did his job. Super sub right there, right? It gave me some vibes of, remember back those days, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? That's what he did. He was there in that team specifically for being brought into situations where we needed a goal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will come in and give us a goal. Super sub. I like it. And honestly, I agree with this comment right here. There is something about this, the blue kit, right? Whenever Xerxes, he puts on this blue kit, he usually does a job for us, right? He gives us that celebration of his. May he continue doing what he does, man. And listen, this is a good story because from being booed to coming back strong and delivering, we're finally seeing what this guy can do, his worth to the team, right? So that means Xerxes is not going anywhere in the summer. I think he has a place, he has a role to play in this team. See, Bruno Fernandes with this goal, but listen, before Bruno got the ball, it was our one and only Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo did his cameo appearance and he got the ball to Bruno, and Bruno did this amazing cross. And listen, Xerxes didn't have to do much, man. He just needed to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what he did. This was beautiful interplay here by our boys. And Kobbie Mainoo looks good, man. He looks stronger, he bulked up. So hey, may he continue to stay fit because we're gonna need him for sure as we get in the running of these games coming up. Okay, guys, okay. Rasmus Højlund, I know. Everybody's talking about him. He's not the guy. He's not the one to lead the line for us. Yeah, but I like seeing this, that Italian clubs started calling this month to understand the situation of Rasmus Højlund. And they had some feedback on the possibility of Højlund leaving Manchester United. Listen, if he leaves, okay, well and good. That way we can bring in someone else who can give us at least 20 goals. And listen, let me know, is that Delap for you or Osimhen? All right, there's a debate going on right now. I want Osimhen guaranteed, all right, because he comes in ready to go, right? You don't need to coach him. You drop him in that box, he will give us goals, at least 20 guaranteed. Delap, I don't know. You let me know. Okay. Andre Onana, man. I don't know what the heck were you thinking to start a beef with Matic and then not being able to back up your claims. This was not advisable, dude. I think starting that beef, the back and forth, which was unnecessary. I think it created unnecessary tension for himself, and he choked. Now we know Onana is vulnerable. He can make those kind of mistakes, but I wish he didn't say anything.
Had he not, then we could have been, okay, fine, you know, stuff happens, we know this is Onana, but just the fact that he said what he said to Matic, you know, it wasn't advisable, right? Now, the question is this to you guys. Are you dropping Onana for the rest of the season? And maybe put in Bayendier? If you do that, does Bayendier guarantee you that he's not going to make mistakes? Remember, guys, Bayendier is the one who knocked out, you know, his fault is what we ended up, you know, getting knocked out by Tottenham, right? Remember that game with Tottenham? Bayendier struggled. So, you know, it's one of those, you know, be careful what you wish for, right? Bayendier at least is game fit. Not Bayendier, I mean Onana is game fit. But Bayendier, he's not really game fit. So if you bring him in, you know, it's risky. It's risky. But again, if you are Ruben Amorim, do you want to take that risk and keep Onana or bring in Bayendier? If you keep Onana and we get knocked out of Europa, people are going to kill you on Amorim. So what do you do, Ruben Amorim? Crazy. If you are Ruben Amorim, what do you do? Drop Onana, keep Onana? Let me know. Personally, I will keep Onana, man. Sue me, man. Sue me. I'll keep Onana. At least he's the devil that we know, right? Listen, people, make sure you hit the like, hit the follow, hit the subscribe, all right? Peace.
All right, people, listen. You know what? Let's go. All right. Yeah, we're going to go on a ride. Headed to the office. All right, guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's another day, man. It's another day, international break. You know what? We're going to go on you're going to ride with me to the office, and then we're going to talk about, obviously, the usual, man, Manchester United. Listen, one thing I got to say, the international break could not have come at a worse time, right? When United had a momentum. We were like, what, 7 unbeaten, right? So, but it is what it is. All right, that, you know that word, right? We've heard it a lot this season. It is what it is. So we roll with it, we deal with it. We hope that when we come back, when we come back, you know, we'll still have the momentum with us, right? So let's see what we have going on today, man. Today's Wednesday. It's crazy. Look, you know that PTSD thing, right? You know, some words, or you know, you don't want to hear them. When you hear them, you cringe. Yeah, I have one of those names. You guys let me know if you have one of those names or things that whatever you hear, you're like, not again. Yeah, I have one. Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong, man, is that name. Remember that one summer where we chased this guy for the longest, pretty much the whole summer, and all the reporters and their mother, they were like, yeah, man, he's going to go to United. The deal, you know, could definitely be finalized any moment now, right? You remember that? Yeah, man, and I'm telling you. So for me, Frankie de Jong, I do not want to hear that name. Guess what? Apparently we're back on this Frankie de Jong thing again. There's some reports that are saying that United could be in for Frankie de Jong. But again, last time we made a mistake. And of course, Frankie de Jong was a Erik ten Hag player, right? He was definitely an Erik ten Hag player. Now, I don't know if, obviously, we need a midfielder, right? Because we're going to be losing Christian Eriksen in the summer, right? So if we're losing Christian Eriksen, obviously we need to replace him. And we do need another 6/8. Yeah, Frankie de Jong is, you know, one of the best in the business, all right? And obviously, if we have him in that midfield, it will definitely increase our profile in that midfield for sure, right? And ever since he came back from injury, you know, for Barcelona, he has been playing well, right? So that is neither here nor there. But it's just that, you know, this guy had shown us that he does not want to leave Barcelona. He said his wife and family, they're happy there, right? He said he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay. Why are we seeing these reports again that we're back for him again? Come on, man. Frankie de Jong again, right? I mean, this guy, last time we made a mistake when United apparently went and spoke with Barcelona. And of course, Barcelona by then, they needed the money, right? So the deal was not an issue, but they didn't agree terms with the player. See, the way this thing works is when you're trying to sign a player, you need to agree personal terms, right? So once you agree personal terms, and then if that's not a problem, then you go talk to the team, agree the numbers, and then boom, things can happen. All right, let's see, let me change this. I don't know I did that. Let me do this. Right, so things can happen. So, hey, did United not do that? So Frankie de Jong was like, no, I'm not leaving. And at that time, Frankie de Jong was owed money, salary by Barca. So he was not willing, of course, to forgo his salary to come to United, right? And of course, I don't blame him, right? I don't blame him. Again, yeah, it was Ten Hag boy. They were together at Ajax. But this is a different regime, man. This is Ruben Amorim's show. So I don't know if this story is true, but from what we see in the reports, it looks like we are back for him. So that's interesting. All right. What else we got going on? Yeah, we see reports of your boy Jadon Sancho. Right. One thing we like to hear is Manchester United. They have clearly stated that they do not want Jadon Sancho back. I'm sure you guys agree, right? Come on. There's no way you want Jadon Sancho back. Please, drop in the comments. Let me know, do you want Jadon Sancho back or not? All right? You cannot want Jadon Sancho back. He's a disgrace, right? Whenever he left, when he went to Dortmund, he kissed the badge. When he went to Chelsea, again, he was saying some weird stuff, showing that he's happy that, he's back in London town, right? He was performing better. But of course now Chelsea, they're seeing like that Jadon Sancho is a dud. And now they want to send him back. Come on, Chelsea. You break it, you buy it kind of thing. So you guys agree to deal. Please give us 25 million so we can go shopping in the summer, all right? But Chelsea, it looks like they are like, this is not what we signed up for, all right? So Chelsea now, they're trying to, oh man, this son. Chelsea now, they're trying to obviously find a loophole and see if they can send the guy back. I don't blame him too, man, because sometimes, instead of being stuck with the guy, maybe, you say, all right, what can we do here? This son is a madness. What can we do here? So, right, if they do send him back, of course, they're gonna, let's do this. If they do send him back, they're gonna pay a hefty fee, right? The fee could be upwards of plus 10 million, somewhere around there. Now, of course, we are, our money situation, right? So with our money situation, obviously, we are gonna take the money, all right? We'll take the money, but if he does come back, United have said, like Ineos, they said they will do whatever they can ASAP to send him out. All right, I don't know if it's going to be another loan, but they're going to do their part and send him away. So we shall see. But honestly, I just don't want to do another loan for the guy, man. When he left, we were like, yeah, man, we're done with him. Finally, now he's right back. So yeah, Ineos got the work cut out for. And obviously, like right now, if he comes back, right, if we do send him out on loan again, then we're gonna have to do one of those moves, right, to pay a portion of his salary, right, which will be, because unless he goes back to Dortmund, we may end up paying, like, I don't know, 80% of his salary, because he's one of those players who gets paid close to 300K a week. So that's a lot of money. A lot of teams cannot afford that. So yeah, so we're back another summer with the Jadon Sancho issue, which we thought that we were kind of washed our hands from it. We're good to go. Yeah, man. It's not a good look. So hopefully we get him out. Let's see what else we got going on. Obviously in the summer we're going to be looking for a striker, right? Priority position. Priority positions. You guys let me know in the chat, what are your priority positions this summer, right? Obviously, according to reports, number one on the list is striker. Number two is number 10s, right? We need ideally at least 2 number 10s, right? And then of course we need a midfielder. Maybe we need another center back, right? Because we're going to be losing Lindelof. we're going to be losing Lindelof and Johnny Evans. So we're losing two, so we need to sign another center back. And then, of course, goalkeeper. Now, goalkeeper position, Andre Onana, there was a report yesterday. He said, listen, he is not worried about all these stories that he sees that United is looking at his replacement, right? He's not worried about that. He likes the relationship he has with Ruben Amorim, so he's not worried at all. And he's just going to work on his game and work to bring the team back to basically where we need to be, where we are winning games week in, week out. Yeah, so, and honestly, I don't think, if you think about it, I don't see Onana leaving in the summer. Because again, we just signed him not too long ago. Right now, if we do send him out, we will need to get, I think, 35 million, if I'm not mistaken, for him. And close to 35 million, I don't know if who's going to come and actually give us that money, right? It's quite a bit of money. I don't see anybody giving us. So I do see Onana staying another season at least. Maybe the next summer we can look for a way to offload him. Because I would think definitely with most of the managers when they come on board, like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, when they came in, they always want to get their own goalkeeper. And Onana is really not Amorim's goalkeeper, right? He's not Amorim's goalkeeper, so it's going to be interesting. Obviously, he would want to get his own goalkeeper, right? So we shall see. Now, we've been linked with a lot of names out there, but again, even if we bring it, which I think we are going to bring a goalkeeper this summer, but I don't think we're going to pay a good amount, say, I don't know, over 30 for another goalkeeper this summer, because we are losing Heaton, right? So we need 3 goalkeepers at least. So we're losing Heaton, so we're going to have to replace him. I'm thinking we're going to replace him with another young talent, just like the way we've been doing with the youth, right? The Heaven, De Leon, Cheeto. I think we're gonna get one of those type of goalkeepers, right? Talent that can come in and in a few years maybe dislodge Onana, all right, as a number 1. So we may do that kind of route. So that's what I'm thinking we're gonna end up doing as far as the goalkeeping aspect of it. Striker, listen, Rasmus, he has been catching a lot of flack for obvious reasons, right? He hasn't been doing his job, like Roy Keane will say, just do your job, right? Just do your job, put the ball in the back of the net. So Rasmus has struggled. Obviously, guys, listen, I don't blame Rasmus, man, because he, again, when we signed him, we didn't sign him as the finished product. We did not sign him as the guy who's going to be leading the line for us. We did not sign him as the guy who's going to give us 20 plus goals, right? We signed him as a potential. He was supposed to be working under a seasoned striker. In that summer, we were linked with Harry Kane. So had we gotten the likes of Harry Kane, then he would have had someone to learn from. So that is something, yeah, we can blame him because we paid, 70 million for him, which is, proper money. But again, we knew what we signed. We didn't sign the finished product, so we gotta cut him some slack. I would say, listen, keep Rasmus, but still we gotta sign a proven goal scorer. That way we can help Rasmus with his development, right? Because I think definitely he has the qualities. His finishing is pretty good if he's put in situations that he can run with the ball, just like the last goal he scored, right? It was a nice taken goal. That goal is, it was a goal of a striker who's kind of confident in what he's doing, right? He didn't look like he kind of fumbled. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and he put the goal away. So he has that. And all the goals that he scored, he has scored some nice goals, right? So I'm thinking with time, he may be okay. He may be okay. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. You want to get rid of Rasmus or not. Now, if we do get rid of him, there's some reports that he may be going to back to Italy, where he flourished, right? There's some links to Napoli. There's some links to Juve. I saw a report yesterday from Alex Crook from TalkSport. He was saying, yeah, Rasmus could be that one player who may leave in the summer, and destination could be Italy, right? Apparently, Napoli, they like his profile, right? Now, we know who we like at Napoli, right? Yeah, Osimhen. Osimhen definitely is going to be leaving Napoli this summer. So maybe a deal can be done there, right? A light swap deal kind of thing, but I don't think it's going to be a swap. It's going to be whatever they need to do. You know, he may be okay to go to Napoli, and he may thrive over there, which will be, everybody will be happy. We get Osimhen, he goes over there, cool. But ideally, I would like to keep him because we've already spent, you know, proper money. So let's not just get rid of him for the heck of get rid of, and then next thing we're hit with the PSR, because we did. Obviously, if we get rid of him, we're gonna get rid of him at a loss, right? So we shall see. And if he goes to Juve, I know there were some links of United. Maybe we get Vlahovic, but I don't know about Vlahovic, man. Vlahovic, I don't know if he's that guy, right? And also, I think he's on a high salary at Juve, which right now we're trying to get rid of that, right? Everybody we're bringing in is going to be players where we are not paying them crazy money, right? Those days of us, Ineos, giving contracts to players for like 300 bags a week, those days are over, right? So anybody we sign now, we'll be looking somewhere maybe like 200s. That, you know, if we bring in the likes of Osimhen, you're looking to pay maybe like, I don't know, 200 maybe, right? And from what we see from reports, Osimhen's price range is close to what Man United may be okay to work with, right, as far as acquiring his services. This is according to Alex Crook from the Top Sport. Right, so, you know, definitely we're going to bring in a striker. Who is it going to be? I don't know. Yesterday or the day before, we saw some names. Ekitike is one of them. Benjamin Šeško is another one. And, of course, Gyökeres, Osimhen, you know, and, of course, the Laurie Delap from Ipswich. Now, Delap, of course, is going to be the cheaper route because Ipswich, they're going to be relegated, so we can work out a deal there. But again, with Delap, it's one of those like, okay, if we're going to bring somebody in, he has to be one of those like, 20 goal plus striker, a proper striker, where a striker where once they're in that box, even if, for example, Dalot sends a crazy pass, he can anticipate, okay, because I'm experienced, this ball may drop here, so I'm going to position myself this way. Boom, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so we need one of those guys. So Delap is still like another work in progress. To me, Delap is like Delap could be another Rasmus, maybe a little bit better than Rasmus as far as in front of goal. But again, it's another potential. I don't want a potential right now. I want a proven, all right, and I'm sure you guys would agree, a proven striker where you know that they're gonna do the business, right? So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, definitely a striker. And then of course the others like Šeško, Benjamin Šeško, to me, I don't know. You know, he's not really scoring goals for fun right now. He's young. You know, he is scoring some goals, but I don't know. Ekitike, this season here that we're finishing is kind of the season, his breakout season kind of thing. Tall striker, good on the ball, good finisher. This season, I think he scored like 10 plus goals or something like that. So interesting profile of a striker. So I mean, if we're gonna go, let's just go for the proven, right? Let's just go for Gyökeres if we can. Gyökeres has worked with Amorim, so you know from the get-go, he will know exactly what he needs to do. He will know what how Amorim likes to play. So less issues there, right? Osimhen, again, that's another one who we say, okay, man, this guy, he's gonna be a problem for a lot of defenders, right? Because honestly, the Premier League, no joke, right? We need a striker who will strike fear, right? Knowing that they have to deal with him. And I think, in my opinion, Osimhen is that guy, right? He is going to elbow you. He's going to be good in the air. He's going to be a problem. So we need that kind of profile. That will be nice for us. I mean, right? So, but do we have the money to get the likes of Osimhen or Gyökeres? It's going to be tough. And do we have anything important to offer them, like Champions League football? Because that will be a crucial selling point for us, really, when it comes to luring some of these players, right? Can we offer Champions League ball? So that's why it's also very important for us to win this thing, Europa, and get to Champions League football. one, we're gonna get almost close to 100 million if you qualify Champions League, right? So that, and when you win the Europa, you get close to 100 million, which we could definitely use, right? So we hope we do that. I think I saw a report that we have a 20% chance of winning Europa. Now, we are second, right? We're favorites. Number one favorite to win Europa? Yeah, Athletic Bilbao, the Inaki brothers in them. You know, those guys, which I just don't want to face them. But those guys, they actually, from the report I saw, they have like a 25% chance of winning Europa, right? Now, guess what? We beat Lyon in those two legs. We will be facing Athletic Bilbao. So, again, it's going to be interesting. So, yeah, so there's a lot of things that are kind of pointing to what we need to do in the summer. A lot of moving parts. Can we do it? Can we really get our affairs in order and actually back and Ineos back Ruben Amorim? Because, listen, at this point, Ineos cannot afford, first of all, to sack Amorim, right? Amorim is their guy, all right? Sir Jim did clearly, you know, say it out there like, listen, he likes the guy, he likes what he's doing, he knows exactly what he needs to do to build this team and get it back to where it needs to be. So, you know, they just need to back him, give him the players that he needs, and then I think we'll be playing some good football next season. And Ruben Amorim, we know he needs athletes, right? And talking about athletes, we see when we signed the Dogu is the heaven, proper Amorim type of player. We saw Diogo Leon is another one who we're gonna see in the summer what he's all made of. I don't know if he's gonna go straight to the first team, but we're gonna see him in the preseason, right? They're gonna be looking at him closely to see, okay, can he do the job for the first team? Or if he doesn't, then yeah, they're gonna send him to the under 21s, and then maybe bring him on later. Because again, adapting to the English football, it may take a little bit. They may do that route. So again, profile of the player, Ruben Amorim knows what he needs. So let's obviously Ineos, they're gonna work with him together and then decide, okay, who to bring in. So I trust that whoever they're gonna bring in, whatever, you know, if of a player we bring in, he is going to be one that can actually perform in Amorim's system, because that's what we need. Pressing machines, we need, you know, really strong players, right? Good on the ball, because we want to, the way Amorim wants to play is we need to be really on the front foot, not defensive. As far as even when we signed another defender, right? Obviously, Maguire is staying, but when we sign another defender, you know, again, he's going to be that profile of a defender who is like heaven, like Euro, someone who's quick to recover, because Ruben Amorim wants his defenders to press up all the way to the middle of the park, right? That's how he wants to play. So you need a defender, unlike Maguire, because if Maguire loses the ball and he needs to track back, you know, he's not the quickest, right? So it becomes a problem there. So he needs quick ballers. So again, you know, player identification, profile identification, I do trust Amorim that they're going to make the right moves. Right, so we got that. So Ineos, back him, then we'll be in good shape. And also, I think on the people, as United fans, we need to, you know, we saw some reports, some folks were already Amorim out. This guy just came through the door, man. Some people already Amorim out because they were not seeing his playing style and all this nonsense, right? Right now, we're actually seeing that. The last couple of games, you're actually seeing that the players, they're understanding their assignment. The players are actually knowing what Amorim wants. It took a while, but we are seeing that. We're seeing signs of that, right? So, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, right? Trust the process. So, you know, that's something that we're going to have to deal with, right? But again, Amorim was brought in by Ineos in a crazy move in the middle of the season to take over from Ten Hag, which was not the right thing to do, obviously. Ruben Amorim did want to come in after the summer, whereas he would have finished the season in Sporting, obviously maybe win another title, because he was at a really nice spot over there at Sporting when we went and gave him an ultimatum. It's now or never. And the guy will say, you know what? He couldn't afford to let go of this opportunity, right? To coach a team as big as United. So he couldn't afford that, so he took the job. So he took a job knowing that it's gonna be something that is not gonna be easy, right? He knew that it was gonna be difficult, but he did acknowledge that he did not know it's gonna be this difficult of a job, right? A couple of interviews, man. Ruben Amorim has been doing a whole bunch of interviews. He did say like, yo, I didn't know, if somebody had told me I would go, I don't know how many games, like 5. How many games did we go without winning? If someone had told him that he would go that many games without winning, he would not have believed you, because he's used to be winning at Sporting, right? Yeah, you're going to lose a couple of games here and there, but going that many games without a win, that was a learning experience for him, right? He actually found, he realized like, okay, this is not the Portuguese league, no offense, right? This is the Premier League. It is unforgiving. It is every team that you're going to be playing, they are going to be a problem, right? And of course, he knew that coming in, he is implementing a style of play that none of our players have played it before. And not only just these players, throughout our history, we have never played a 3-4-3. So most of the players that we have in our profile have been players that they used to be playing with the back four, those kind of situations, right? So it was one of those situations where, it was going to be tough. But you know what? He accepted the challenge. He rolled with the punches. He rolled in, he made sure that he's keeping us informed as fans. The man is good on press conferences. He kept us informed, and he basically made sure that he did not lose the fans, right? Because from the get-go, from day one, he believes on that the 13th man, whatever, the 12th man, quote unquote, right? The fans. The fans are that your secret weapon in order for you to win titles, to push the players on. You need the fans on your side. So Ruben Amorim knew that he needed that. So he kept us informed what is going on, what is he trying to do with the team, and honestly, he still has the fans. How do I know this? Come on, man. Ruben, he'll bring back the glory days back again. We'll support him from the Stratford end. Ruben. You heard that his new chant, right? That is from the fans. The fans made that chant for him. They say, you know what, Ruben, we believe in you. Do your job, man. Don't worry about us. We got you. So I love that the new Ruben Amorim chant, man. If you haven't heard about it, I don't know where you've been living. You know what? If you haven't, check out the Discord, my Discord. Join the Discord community. I do have it over there. It's catchy, man. Once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. It's gonna be in your head the whole day. So yeah. So Ruben Amorim still has the fans, which is good to see, right? So whenever you have the fans on your side, it means he buys you more time. So that being the case, honestly, I'm thinking Ruben Amorim's first season is actually this season that's gonna come up after the summer, right? And he's gonna get the summer to have a preseason, because preseason is very, very, very important for a manager. So he's going to have preseason. They're going to be coming here to the United States, which I do hope to go to one of those games so I can see my manager doing his thing. And then, so he's going to have preseason, and hopefully he's going to get back. Ideally, we get, if he gets, like, worst case scenario, we get like 5 players coming in. We're going to be a total different team with 5 of his players in the starting lineup, right? So we don't want to, I don't know why this guy is going honking and stuff. It's crazy, but anyway. So yeah, imagine a team with 5 of Amorim, input into the team in the starting lineup. That would be nice, right? So we're hoping to see that. Now obviously the players that we're gonna sign, ideally they want to be starters, not bench players, right? So next season we're gonna be without obviously Heaton, right? Of course, Lindelof, Eriksen, they were kind of not starters, but they were part of the first team, setup where we've seen them. Maybe we get rid of the likes of Casemiro if somebody comes and gets Casemiro. So that's 3 important players then. Of course, we're gonna be losing Rashford. Imagine now you bring someone else of a Rashford profile who is going to be starting. We're going to be losing Anthony, right? We see reports that Real Betis wants to keep him for another season, maybe on loan, whereas they would be willing to pay a little bit more of his salary. Right? Ideally, to me, I would say, listen, man, just show us the money, man, and you guys can keep him, right? Because honestly, if you need an example where a loan move works perfectly, Anthony loan move has worked wonders, right? He went over there, he's loving life over there, and he deserves to stay. So, and not only that, I see reports that Bayern Munich, they're also looking at Anthony. They believe that he could also thrive in the Bundesliga. Right? So, you know, that is where a loan move works perfect. Unlike your boy Jadon Sancho, where we send him on loan to Dortmund, they send him back. We send him to Chelsea, they want to send him back. Come on, man. So anyway, and also another one that looks like it's working, loans, Rashford, right? Rashford loan move looks like it's working, right? Because he's playing well. We see Rashford in the England setup now. You know, imagine that. That is perfect, because if he was at United, yeah, he would not be getting that England call-up for sure. So big up to Rashi, and being called up for England, again, more notches in his belt to say, you know what, someone come and get me. I still got the goods. I still can deliver. So again, we shall see. So those are important players that we're going to be, we could be offloading in the summer. Now we replace those. Come on, man, we'll be in good shape. One player I hope we get as far as the number 10s, Matthias Cunha, man, from Wolves. If we get that guy, man, that will be something. We shall see. Again, it's going to cost us quite a bit of money, so we have to do some important moves there. So yeah, so there's a lot with our team, a lot to jump into, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. Make sure you hit the like, hit the follow, and listen, I appreciate you guys driving with me as I head to the office. I don't usually drive to the office. I usually work from home, but sometimes I like to go to the office, you know, to say hi to my peoples over there. It's good. So yeah, man, let me know what you think about all this. We have talked about a lot. International break, it's not the greatest, it's boring, especially we were on up and up. But listen, hope we pick up where we left off when we come back. And again, when we come back, guys, the run of games, it's gonna be nuts. We got Nottingham Forest, right? And then right after that, we got Man City. Right after that, we got Newcastle, right? I mean, yo, and then we got Lyon again. It's gonna be mad. So if we want to see where we are at, it is gonna be in those run of games, right? We're gonna see what these boys are made of. And on a positive note, yesterday, Aiden Heaven, he did put out a post on his IG saying, listen, he appreciates all the love that he's been seeing. He's recovering fast. So hopefully we get more of an official statement from United saying on his prognosis. Hopefully it's not too bad, right? And listen, the kid is incredible. Hope that he gets back soon, because I see him playing quite a few games for us, especially now that we don't have Licha as that left center back, right? Left-footed center back, right? We need that profile of a player, which we don't have. So Heaven does fill that slot perfectly, and we did see him and Drogu work perfectly together, both left-footed on that left-hand side. You know, it's important to have those guys. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Again, let me know what you think. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will see you all on the next one. You know what? You guys are legends. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Peace!